What is going on, young men? Can you all hear me? Grand Zorro, can you hear me, my friend? Am I coming through okay? All right. Get started in another couple of minutes here. All right. Let's see. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, looks like my mic is working. Time capsule. What is going on, brother? Give me about another minute, man. I told folks we're going to start at 10 o'clock, man. And I want to be true to what I say as far as time, because that is important to honor people's time. So if we say 10 o'clock, bro, that's when we're going to get started. Listen, can you hear me okay, though? Time capsule? Am I coming through clear? Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you, sir. All right. Where you from, man? Where you from? Northern California. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. All right, fellas, it is 10 o'clock. Welcome to the live. I said I was going to start doing this every Sunday about 10 o'clock just to chop it up with you guys, answer any questions that you have, talk about stuff on the videos that I put out if you like, and we'll get it going, right? Y'all got to forgive me. Last week, man, I did this for the first time last week. I didn't know, because I'm old. I didn't know you're supposed to read the super chats and that first. So if you did do a super chat last week and I didn't read your comment, I'll be sure to do it today. Just didn't know that that's the way that's supposed to work, but I'm on it now, right? So South Africa, that's what's up. Welcome to the live, my friend. You know what I want to talk about tonight, guys, while people are taking a moment to get in here. I don't know if you guys saw that that Travis Hunter, he's in the news, phenomenal athlete. I guess he won the Heisman. But he has this girlfriend, really good looking. He's already engaged to be married. And I guess at one point, the girl was like, he wasn't even my type. And, he seems to be all Google-eyed over her. And just kind of seems kind of red flaggish, man. Like, you got all of this money and you have this really good looking girl, they're about to get married. And man, at 20 years old, just coming into a lot of money like that, I don't know if that is the best idea in the world. I've been married a few times myself, guys, and it's tough. It is tough at an older age, much less a younger age when you really don't know what's going on. And these females out here ain't no joke, man. They are no joke. That the ideal of getting with somebody for a short time, getting pregnant, getting a bag and skating, yeah, that stuff happens, bro. That happens. So Genevieve. Yeah, man, I'm a Lions fan all day long, bro. Been that since I was a child. I didn't even know who the teams were. We would come home from church. My father would be watching football, and I would be like, who's the blue team and who's the red team? And because we're from Ohio, the Lions was like the regional game. So they were on all the time. So as far back as I can remember, man, I've been rocking the Lion, baby, all day, all day. So yes, indeed. That's what we do. That's what we do. Should a guy have a type? Deep Impact says. Should a guy have a type? Yeah, you absolutely should. A woman who, respects you for you. A woman that is not, the problem I had with a lot of women that I dealt with in my lifetime, Deep Impact, that they were very masculine women. And, you should be the only masculine one in a relationship. When you have a woman that thinks she's more of a man than you, that can be a problem. So you absolutely should have a type. A feminine woman would be a good place to start. Yeah, absolutely. Fighter, hello, I just need an advice. I'm living in the Philippines, 20 years old. Recently, I've been thinking of joining the army. I just need advice. Is joining the military worth it? That's a good question, Fighter. I think it all depends on what options you have currently. I believe the military is a great thing for a lot of young men. If you don't have a lot of structure currently, if I would say um, to go somewhere and learn a trade, serve your country. That's gotten a bad rap over the years. If you live somewhere that you were born there, that's where your people is at. Serving where you're from. That's a good thing, man. So yeah, I would say if you don't have any other options, the military is not a bad thing, but I will absolutely tell you explore all other options before you do that because you are committed. I think here in the States, it's 4 years or 2 years, one. So you are committed to that thing, man. And if you don't have anything else going, to go somewhere where you can learn a skill, learn some discipline, learn some structure, and they feeding you, housing you for that amount of time. I don't think that's a bad deal, man. Uh, let's see. Shane McCullen says, I came across your videos earlier today. Speak nothing but truth and sense. What's up from Ireland? Shane, I appreciate you, man. Thank you very much for that, brother. I do nothing, man, but just kind of go from my own experience, what I've been through to try to help you guys to go in another direction. Because I know the one I went in, really put me behind the eight ball on a lot of stuff. And I just want you guys to steer around that if I can help. So I appreciate you, bro. SV, I met up with a girl friend a few hours away. We're hanging out every day, have a great time. She invited me over for a movie, and I tried to take it a step further. Um, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, man. If you're a young man, please use protection. I would tell all you guys that now. Like all of my videos are geared around you guys building yourselves, right? Financially, especially. And it is going to be very difficult for you to do that when you dropping kids out here. Um, you know, do what young men do. I ain't got an issue with that, but you have to be responsible, my man. Absolutely. Spiritual K. Hello, sir. I appreciate all the advice you're giving us. Keep going and helping young men. You are very welcome, man. Very welcome. Thank you for commenting. You know what I'm toying around with, guys, and you can tell me what you guys think about it. I don't know if it'll be a good idea or not because, like I said, I'm older and I don't do social media spaces like a lot of you younger guys do. But I'm thinking about like doing one-on-ones. Um, with you guys who would want that like one-on-one coaching type. I don't know how that would look. Maybe so much time a week and it's just one-on-one. You guys think that would be a good idea? Let me know in the comments here. Ray J, Hood Reacts. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Let's see. Spiritual K. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I was toying around with the idea, man. Toying around with it. I don't know how I would structure it or what I would do, but based on my comments, I think that there are a lot of young men out here that really need some guidance, and I would be more than happy to provide that. Um, Charm, thank you. Good idea. Never thought. Let me get back to. Let me see where my man went. My bad, guys. I'm trying to look through these. Okay. One second. Okay. Ayo Marco. 22 with a decent savings, just started getting into that club lifestyle and started overspending, eating out. Any advice on going out or having fun, or should I just completely lock in for 10 years? No, man. There's balance in that, man. You're young. You're supposed to be, out having fun and enjoying your life. Where I ran into problems at is that I didn't have I didn't have any other plans outside of that. Like I lived for chasing box. I lived for the Sunday nights at the club. I lived for, I can remember being at work, man, and I'm on the phone at work before I even get off, lining stuff up, man, with females, so no, man, yeah, enjoy yourself, man. You're young, you're supposed to, but that can't be the only thing, man. If you want to, give yourself oh my gosh, man, I was in clubs at least 3 times a week, man, and when I look back on it, that was entirely too much. If you want to give yourself every other week, because here's what happens when you're at the clubs, man. You buying drinks for you. Next thing you know, you buying drinks for the ladies that you meet. You get into it with them. Now you going out to eat. You're doing, and man, that adds up. That adds up very, very, very quickly. So, yeah, you can do that, bro. Just put it in perspective and put it in balance, man. You need to be focusing more of your resources and time on building you, because that club stuff is going to get old, bro. It's going to get old real quick. I think I left the clubs when I was about 30. I had had enough of it. And from time to time, I would go back, and there's still, guys that I knew that I came up with that are still in there doing the same thing. And after a while, man, you just kind of age out. You look crazy in there. So while you're young, absolutely, man, enjoy it, but don't overdo it, man. Ain't nothing in there good for you, no way. I mean, it's good for the moment, if you know what I'm talking about, but you can get caught up in that and blow through a lot of money quicker than quick. So just put that in perspective, bro. Time capsule, one-on-one would be sweet. It would just take a minute to get the time between your next. Yeah, man. Yeah. I really want to do that, man. I heard about that today. I don't know. I don't know how. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm looking at something on my screen here. Yeah, I'm gonna get that out, man. I'm gonna get that ready. I'm definitely going to do that 101 with you guys, man. I think that would be more beneficial, man. Instead of, and the chat is live, man. I love that. I love going live with you guys and answering questions. But I would love to, let's kind of just focus in on, a particular person, and we kind of go through what's going on, what your goals are, what it is that you want to accomplish, and you know, me being able to, just kind of, walk you through some suggestions about how you should do what you're trying to do. I think that'd be a bomb, man. I do. Um, Mr. Action. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Says he is new to watching my videos. I appreciate it. Can I ask, how can you have a better life in your 30s? I would say action the same way that I'm telling these guys between 18 and 29. You know, you have to, really find out what your passion is. You have to cut out all the distractions, whether that is women, whether that is sex. You have to cut that stuff out, and you really have to like zero in on what it is that you want to do besides just go to work every day and make a check, right? Um, that when I was coming up, I had a really good job, so I made a lot of money, but I was so distracted, man. I was so very distracted. I wasted a good part of my life, honestly. I wasted a good part of my life chasing women. And I say it on a lot of the videos, man. I can get money back. I can get a lot of stuff back. I can get possessions back, but you cannot get time back. And at 55 years old, man, I'm against time. Time ain't on my side anymore. So how can you have a better life in your 30s? Go to work on yourself, man. Go to work on building yourself, finding out what your passion is, finding out what it is that you really want to do with the rest of your time here, man, and going after it. Right? NATO, where should I draw the line with a girl to avoid that emotional attachment? Whew. You know what, man? Honestly, NATO, when I was out there like that, um, yeah, I just told him flat out that, when I get the call, can you come and fix this, or can you hang out, or can we? No, this ain't that type of relationship. That what we do, and that's what it is. So I didn't allow myself, man. If I had relationships with women that was strictly physical like that, no, man, it was just that. I didn't allow it to be anything else. You could be stranded on the side of the road. I'll be nice. I may call you a triple A, but I ain't running out there like you my chick. Absolutely not. Because when you start doing wifely stuff for girlfriends or just chicks you messing with, yeah, you get that attachment, man. So keep it what it is, bro. And don't allow yourself to drift over into that other piece of it. Because once you do, kind of hard, man, to see through the line. For real. Let's see. What's your thoughts? Narfu says, what is your thoughts on female best friends? I have a close friend who is a girl. We're 23. We're both not interested in dating each other, but sometimes it feels like I shouldn't be this close to her. Yeah, Narfu, you in the friend zone, bro. And ask yourself honestly, if that girl gave you a chance to smash, you probably would. As good as a friend as she is, she's still female, man. So what ends up happening in my experience with those types of relationships is that it prevents you, man, from finding the one that you really could have that intimate type relationship with. Maybe you're hoping it happens with your friend. Um, uh, yeah, man, yeah, I've been friend zoned by a few of them, and that goes back to a video I did, about being naive, man. No, I just want to be, I was just hanging around hoping to make that happen. When in all actuality, man, I was being used for stuff, whether it was company, rather it was, I mean, yeah, that's a bad place to be in, man. If y'all cool, I'm not saying don't be cool with her. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that, your situation, man. If that woman would give you half of a chance to smash and you would take it, then obviously that's something more than just friends. And now that I'm older, I don't think I wouldn't have a problem with having um, female friends as long as I knew, what it was. Are we friends with benefits or are we just cool? Right? I can handle that now. In my 20s, I don't know. I don't know if I could. Let's see. You're very welcome, bro. I gotta slow this chat down, man. Toon World, dude, I gotta pay you for a one-on-one convo for real. I need a serious convo with you. Toon World. Yeah, man. You know what? Like I said, bro, I really want to get that going. I honestly, I don't even know where to start with that. But yeah, we can talk about something, man. I'm dropping a video tomorrow. Toon World, put your I'm going to remember the name. Put your email in the comments, and we can chop it up, man. For real. All right, Frank Barish, what's up, man? Good to see you live, Frank. What is going on, man? Listen, bro, just trying to make it happen, man. Trying to get better at this. It's different. It is definitely different, man. Doing this live than just like kind of doing the videos that I do, because you can edit and you can do that type of thing. But listen, man, I'm getting passionate about this, man. About learning how to do this better for you guys, about learning about lighting and sound and video, man. It really is becoming a passion for me, man. And I appreciate you guys and your comments and the likes and all of that. So yeah, man, this is just another cog in the wheel, man. Trying to get better, brother. Trying to get better. Let's see, Narfu. The girl I was talking about started talking to other guys. She's texting too. I took a stance, told her she's crossing the line, which I'm proud of. Yeah, Narfu. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that, man. I think a lot of times when I was in my 20s, man, if it was a chick that I was already, being intimate with, being afraid to lose that intimacy is what kept my mouth closed with a lot of things. Not wanting to rock the boat. And to be honest, man, just not having a plethora of options, right? It is easy to stand on business, man, and tell a female or anybody else that, listen, this is what it is. And if you don't like it, you can go. It's easy to do that, man, when you know that that's not the only one you got. If that's the only one you got, man, that's hard to do. So yeah, and that's where options come in at, man. That's where building yourself comes in at. So you can be the type of man that you ain't hung up on one anything, that you are a man with options, right? So yeah, man, don't be afraid to do that, man, because you'll get took for a ride, because women know that they're your only option, and they will take you as far as you allow. Let's see. You are very welcome, my guy from Illinois. Thank you, man, for the comment. Spiritual K, into a fully committed relationship with her. From your experience, do you think it is possible to be on the come up as a successful man while being in a relationship? Spiritual, I believe it depends on the type of woman that you have and how old you are. I think that anytime you have to split your time and your alliances to things, that's going to be a problem, man. That is definitely going to be a problem. If your woman understands that you have a passion and a purpose that you're working on, and she comes second to that, then that's no problem. But most women that I've been around don't want to be second to anything. So, if you have one man that doesn't understand that this thing that I'm doing, building myself or pursuing my purpose or my passion, if she doesn't understand that that comes before her, that is going to run you into problems. And 9 times out of 10, especially at your age, you'll always pick her over your purpose. So being in a serious relationship, man, that can deter that if you're not careful, right? Or if you don't have the right if you don't have the right female that understands that. Matt Matt Ramos. I'm turning 20 in February. I've been sitting on my ass, never had a job, never had any driver's license. Any tips for me? Yeah, man. You better get going, bro, because you're going to blink and you're going to be 30. And if you don't do anything about what you're doing now or do something different than what you're doing now, man, that time is going to go by and ain't nobody going to give a dang, man. You are 19, turning 20. You probably got a few people, man, parents, sister, somebody, come on, Matt. You got to do, bro, that's going to dry up soon. That's going to dry up real soon. And people going to walk by you like you standing still. So if you're not working, man, well, the first thing you need to do is learn how to drive because you got to get back and forth to work. And until you learn how to drive, get you a couple of jobs, man, and catch the bus or Uber to work. You just got to get going, man. I understand 19 and 20. You ain't supposed to know everything. You ain't supposed to have it all figured out, but you got to start, man. You got to get started. You are 20 years old, man. And this ideal of just sitting around and doing nothing all day, no driver's license, no job, that's unacceptable, man, for a young man your age. So my tip to you would be just simply to get started. That is not a good position to be in at your age with no job, no driver's license. You just start, man. You just start. It ain't no fanfare. It ain't no big deal. You just get online tomorrow, figure out, what do I need to do to get my driver's license? Have somebody teach you how to drive if they ain't done that yet. If you ain't got nobody to teach you, get on YouTube and learn how to drive, man, so you can get back and forth to work, start sustaining and taking care of yourself. Oh, let's see. Uh, Sorry, guys. Looking at something here. Here we go. Fred. Fred says, my father passed away a week ago. I am very sorry to hear that, man. Very sorry to hear that. I have one more semester left in college. Now I need to become a provider, but I also have to attend full time to graduate. What's the best advice that you can give? First of all, man, Fred, I am very sorry about your father, man. I lost mine back in '09. Devastating thing, man. So I'm very sorry to hear about that. If you have one semester of college left, man, what is that? A few months? Um, uh, you're so close to being done, and you have to think, Fred, is whatever you're getting, whatever degree you're pursuing, are you going to be able to go to work with that degree? Are you going to be able to get a better job or a better position with that degree, right? If so, man, I would absolutely advise you to finish that. And if you can do some part-time work somewhere, do that until you would finish your degree. Then you can use that degree, man, to try to secure better employment somewhere. So I think it depends. Well, first of all, it doesn't depend. If you're a semester away from a degree, I would go ahead and do that. get you some part-time employment in the meantime, and finish that, right? Particularly if that degree can, get you into a better employment situation. And again, I'm very sorry for the loss of your father, man. Cam says, I just turned 18 in November, and I'm trying to figure out how to find my purpose. Just want to know where I can start. That's a great question, Cam. How you figure out your purpose, man, or your passion, is that you cancel out a lot of distractions around you, right? I think a lot of men can't figure out what it is that they want to do, man, because they never sit still long enough, or they're so distracted by other stuff that they never just take the time to like focus in on that. Listen, there's something right now, and we all have it. We all have it. There's something right now that you love to do, right? And maybe you're not doing it as much because you think people will laugh at it, or you are distracted into some other things. You find your purpose, man. You find your purpose, man, by looking for it. By looking for it. And you can't look for it, man, when you're so busy, doing this and doing that, and doing normally what, men your age do. You're just out here aimless. No, you have to look. You have to sit yourself down, man, and start thinking, what is it that I really enjoy doing? What is it that I could do, that I would do, and don't even have to be paid for it? I just like doing it so much, right? And I dare say that we all have that thing. When I was in my 20s, it was the gym. I just loved training. I love, and if and I was so distracted by women in that I didn't understand that I could have learned this to the point where I could have became a financial or a personal trainer. I could have went to school and learned. I could have been a physical educator. I mean, I could have done so much stuff with it, but I was distracted by all of the stuff that I talk about in those videos, man. So you have a thing. We all do. You have a thing now that you truly love to do, right? Um, so now it's a matter of removing the distractions around you and honing in on that, man. Trying to figure out, how can I make money on this? How can I become more competent, more better at this thing that I really enjoy doing anyway, right? Let's see. Okay. What we got? Dead weight. Dead weight says, hey man, what's up? I am 19 and currently building myself. How do you feel about getting into a relationship or talking to girls while building yourself? Or do you think that is a distraction? Dead weight, I think it can be. It certainly was for me because that's all I did. Um, I am not telling you guys not to be young and not to, have fun, not to hang out with chicks and all of that stuff. But when it gets to a point that it is hindering your building process, right? See, the women are going to come and go. They're going to come and go, but you can't leave yourself. So if you spend all of your time in relationships and all of that stuff like I did, like I said, I've been married 3 times, countless relationships. These women come and go, but I can't leave myself, right? So, yeah, I don't think a serious relationship is a good idea for the same reason that I told my man earlier. You have to, very few women out here, especially at your age, is going to understand being second place. And if you want to build yourself to the level that I'm talking about, to where you really have options and resources later in life, that's going to take a lot of work. That's going to take a lot of work. And it's hard to put that, and it's going to take a lot of work now. And it's hard to put that level of work in when you got somebody over here talking about, You ain't talked to me today. You ain't called me today. We don't hang out. We don't do this. I want to go here. I'm your woman. We supposed to. It's hard to do, man. And then don't put a wife in that. I'm just talking about a girlfriend. Don't put a wife and kids in that. I'm not saying it's impossible. It wouldn't be impossible. It'd just be tough, man. So my recommendation to young men is absolutely have you a friend or two on the side, but a serious relationship while you're trying to build yourself. I think that'll take away from that building process. I really do. Let's see. Let's see. We making Pat D. I can't y'all with these names. We making. I am 23, and at the moment, I would like to have an online income stream where I can make around 50 to 100K in revenue per month to sustain my family and myself. What would you suggest? Macon, I would suggest what you see me doing right now. I started this, man, a couple of years ago. And I'm not making no real money, but I'm making something at it, man. And I am doing, I mean, I don't know nearly as much as you younger guys know about content creation and stuff like that. Listen, this is what y'all do. I got to learn this stuff. Y'all was born with knowing how to scroll and go to your videos. I got a 2-year-old granddaughter right now that can take my phone, get on YouTube. So y'all know this, man. So I would say content creation, man. There are people on TikTok, man, making all kinds of money. People here on YouTube making money. So, I would think that this is a thing. I'm telling you guys honestly that my goal in this, is I would like to get to the point where, I can supplement my retirement. Um, that is the financial goal for me. And again, guys, I don't know really what I'm doing. I'm just kind of learning as I go. I watch a lot of YouTube videos, watch a lot of TikTok videos in how to do this better. But there is money. There is money to be made, man, in these content creation spaces. And while I am not making it now, I'm convinced that it's possible, right? So yeah, man. If you're looking to make some passive income, press play on your phone, man, and start talking. Vince, what's going on, brother? Thank you, Vince, for supporting the channel. I appreciate it, brother. Vince says, "Hey, brother, if you could only pass down one value or principle to the next generation of men, what would it be and why?" If I could pass down one value or principle to the next generation of men, Vince, I honestly, bro, I think it would be what I've been saying um, since I started talking to you guys, that your time, man, is the most important commodity that you have. And what you do with it at an early age is really going to determine and have an effect on how, things go later for you in life. Value your time. And because, like I said, man, I can remember Vince. I can remember 20. I can remember what on a Sunday night, it's about 10:30. Yeah, man, on a Sunday night, yeah, we was over at Henry J's back in the day, or we was at the Ritz and we was chasing and we was doing what we do, man. I can remember that, bro. And that was 30 years ago, right? And as I look back on it, man, I squandered and wasted so much of my time that I could have been doing the things that I am suggesting to you guys. So the principle that I would give to the next generation is You got to value your time and not waste it. See, I've been where you're at. You ain't been where I'm at yet. I am 55, man. I'm 55, bro. At best, I got another 20, 25 years. You got a whole life in front of you that if you make right decisions and if you build yourself and if you have a little discipline and if you find out what it is that you really want to do, when you get to where I'm at, it won't be as hard for you as it is for me, right? So the value or the principle is, don't value your time because you can't get it back. I wish I could go back to 20 something, knowing what I know now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'd be a beast, man. I'd be a beast, but I can't. I can't go back. So Vince, that really would be it, man. The valuing of time, not being distracted, um, I think finding your purpose, finding something that you're passionate about. That'll probably be the one thing, even over time, man. Because if you find something that you're passionate about, you're really going to see. When I was coming up, Vince, it was just get a good job and get a good job, make as much money as you can, right? Go to school, all of that stuff that your parents tells you, and you do all of that stuff, man, and then you still like, dang. And I'm not crapping on a job of any kind, man. I'm just saying that there's a difference between going to work every day, even if it's a good job, and doing something that you love, right? So finding your passion, man, finding your passion and spending time developing your passion. That would be the thing, bro. I appreciate your support and your help, Vince. Thank you. Oh, appreciate you, Mamo. Appreciate it, man. Join the club. Yourself. Chris O, 22. Yeah, I'm 19, and I feel like I wasted the whole of this year. Yeah, man. But the beauty of it is, bro, that if you know that that's the case, you can change that. So this coming up year, are you going to do the same thing, right? Or are you going to get out here, man, and you're going to start building yourself right? All right. Let's see. Narfu, with all your heart and mind, you got easily 30 to 35 years, brother. I appreciate I appreciate that, man. I hope so. That yeah, man, at 55, man, you really start like I said, I can look back, man. I can look back on 20 years ago, 15 years ago, like it was nothing. And it's something, man. So I'm gonna work at it, bro. I'm definitely gonna work at trying to stretch this thing out as long as I can. But yeah, 55 is 55, bro. Oh wow. Let's see. Um Quack 420. What kind of woman would help us in this build process thing? What does she look like? And how does she help instead of hinder? Um, that'd be the woman. That'd be a woman, man, again, that understands that your purpose and your building yourself comes first. See, the right woman understands that if you build yourself right, that by default, she gonna be good, right? Most women, especially at your age, they don't necessarily get that. They want all of your time and all of your attention. So I would say, Quack, a woman that definitely understands that and that is supportive of what it is that you're trying to do. Listen, you sit down with a young lady and you tell her, if y'all are in a relationship, committed, excuse me, guys, you're in a committed relationship with each other, you sit down and you tell a woman that, listen, this is my dream. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm passionate about. And I really want to go at this. And just listen for the response, right? If you get the, oh, that's crazy, ain't nobody gonna want to pay attention to that. If you get quack, if you get, you know what, baby, I believe in you. I know you can do this. Whatever I can do to help, I'm in your. Pay attention to the response, right? When you really lay out to your significant other what it is that you want to do, right? Pay attention, right? The right one will tell you, you know what, how whatever I can do to support that, I'm with it. The right one, when you say, you know what, honey, we can't go out this weekend, or I can't take you here, I'm working on this thing. And she goes, you know what, I understand. We'll get together when you get done with that, or maybe that's the right one. But when you get the one, man, that she has to come second to your purpose or your passion, run, run. Let's see. Nathan Karuku. I'm sorry, man, if I murdered your name. What are some of the things I can do to self-improve in 2025? Feels like this year has been fairly lackluster. I am currently 20 years old. Nathan, go to the gym. Go to the gym. Go to the gym, man, and change your physique, change your body, change your appearance, man. Change how, I did a video some time ago about how you present yourself to the world, and even yourself, and how that matters, right? So if it's been fairly lackluster, that's one thing that you can do, man, that you can, just kind of change the trajectory of things. I'm going back in 2025. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about starting another channel where I take people on this journey of me getting back to the best shape I've ever been in. So you know what? Yeah, Nathan, you got to get something going, man. You got to get something going for yourself. It ain't got to be the gym, man. It can be anything. I'm going to try to read more in the next three. I'm going to set a goal to read so many books. I'm going to set a goal to work so many hours, save so much money. You just have to get something going, man, other than just kind of, sitting around, right? Oh boy, let's see. Let's see. What are some SV? What are some good entry level jobs that would pay me like $20 to $25 an hour? SV, I'm not sure. But my thing is, man, if you got to get two or three of them to add up to that, then that's what you do. Um, I lucked into a good job in my early 20s. That is not going to be everybody's story. But what you can do, man, instead of, not working at all, or just working one low paying job, get that one low paying job and a couple more to add up to that $20 to $25 an hour, right? SV, I did DoorDash, and yeah, DoorDash, man, it's okay, man, but that's unsustainable in the long run. You're tearing up your car, putting all of these miles on it. My son does that, my son and daughter, and I'm not a big fan of it, man. I'm fearful of them. I'm in Ohio. The DoorDash people, especially if you're a young lady, you stand the risk if you're doing it at night. It's just not sustainable, man. If you want to do that until you get a job where you can park your car and work 8 hours, and when you add it all up, between the taxes you got to pay back to DoorDash, between the gas and you'd probably be better off, man, just going to park your car at a Walmart or at a Kroger's and doing stocking or something like that, right? So I'm not a big fan of. I know it can get you out of jams, but I'm not a big fan of that long term, man. Jerome French, how do we get started working out in the gym? I've never been, but I want to start this Friday. Jerome, that's an excellent question, man. I would tell you when I started, I did it all wrong. I did it. I couldn't have done it as wrong. The only thing that I did right, Jerome, when I started going to the gym was that I would actually go, but I did everything wrong. I'm going to tell you, if you're just starting, all you need, Jerome, is 3 times a week. Um, I would do I would do 15 to 20 sets a body part a week. That is all you need. So if you're working your chest and you go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you do 5 sets on your chest, that's 15 sets a week. Man, that is plenty. If you want to know about the exercises, you can easily go to YouTube and look up upper body exercises, lower body exercises, and 3 times a week, an hour. And I'm definitely not a novelist in the gym, man. I've been in it my entire life. And where in my 20s, I would spend 3 and 4 hours lifting incredibly heavy weights, but I paid a price for that, man. I got bad shoulders now, bad back, bad elbows, bad knees, bad everything because I didn't do it right in the gym. So studies have actually shown now that in order to maintain a muscle, it's only 15 to 20 sets a week total for a particular body part. In order to grow a muscle, it's only like 25 sets total, right? I would do that in a workout. So a lot of that stuff, man, is not really necessary. If you want to, if you're just getting started, you need about 3 days a week. You go in and do your upper body one day. The next day you do lower body, then you repeat, right? No more than 5 to 6 sets a body part. And that'll be plenty to start, man. That'll be plenty to start. Let's see. Dave Nas, how do I stop caring about what people think of me? How do I learn to be happy alone? Dave, I struggled with that for years, man. How to how to not worry about what people think. I think, Dave, when you start, and again, I struggle with that, man. I struggle with that often. I think I'm just not in like maybe the last 10 years or so starting to get away from that. Um, you just, you get so involved in you and the things that you have to do for you, Dave. You don't have time to think about. My experience, man, is that when I didn't have a lot going on, that gave me plenty of time to think about what other people think. But when I was busy, man, when I was busy, you know whether it was busy in the gym, whether it was like even now, Dave, with my content stuff, this occupies so much space, man. Thinking about, what videos I can put out, thinking about the new microphone I got to get, the new lights, thinking about my background. It occupies a lot of your time. So I don't have time to worry about or to even think about what people think about me. As far as being alone, Dave, I struggled with that too. I think that's why I kept so many girlfriends back when I was younger, because I didn't like being by myself. You know what I think the cure for that is? You just have to do it. You just have to do it, man. You have to learn to be. It is a learned behavior. You hear a lot of chicks talk about that. After a divorce or something, that I took some time to just be with myself, to learn myself, and I believe that. I believe that there's some truth in doing that. Or there's a thing in doing that, man, just learning to be good in your own skin. And you don't learn to do that until you get somewhere by yourself. And it's uncomfortable and it sucks in the beginning, but I believe that gets better as you learn how to be more comfortable with being alone. 25. Um, bring me to the paper. Oh 08. How do I break generational trauma? You know what, brother? I don't know if it's so much generational trauma as much as it is generational choices. But for the sake of things, I'll go with what you said. You know how you break a generational trauma? Make different choices. Listen, if the generation before you has taught you that this is the way you do it, and the way that you're doing it is toxic and trauma filled, bro, you got to do something different. See, a lot of times I don't believe it's generational curses. I believe it's generational choices, that people make choices that are not good for them, and the next generation sees it, and you know what, we doing this because this is what mom and them did, or this is what daddy and them did. But if it wasn't working for daddy and them, and you see it's not working for you, bro, that ain't and you still keep doing it, bro, that's not a generational curse. That's a choice you're making. Got to make a different choice, brother. Got to make a different choice. Narfu, what are your thoughts on video games? I used to play them all the time, man, and I don't mess with them now. You know why I don't mess with them, Narfu? Because I know that I wouldn't do anything else. They made the listen. I come back. Y'all Google search Atari. Google search Atari when you get off this live with me. That's how far I go back. So I've seen the evolution of video games from that to what it is now. Man, I would never leave my TV set. I would never as real as these games are. And so yeah, man, I don't mess with them. I don't mess with them because I know they would chew up a lot of my time, and it'll keep me from, doing the things that I need to do. So I don't mess with them, bro. Corey P asks, any advice for a 25-year-old that wants to live in the truck for the next 4 years with no apartment, trying not to drive myself crazy as far as just being alone all the time? Corey, are you talking about like a semi truck type thing? Because if you are, man, I know plenty of truck drivers out there, man, that say that they're going to commit to that for a year's time, man, just to money up, and then they go get them a spot. So I don't know. 4 years could be a little daunting, but to say that, yeah, man, I'm going to keep from paying, $800, $1,000 a month in rent, and just keep them wheels turning and keep moneying up and stay in my truck. I don't think that's a bad idea at all, bro. 4 years, 4 years, I think that'll take a bit of discipline. But I don't think that's a bad idea, man, if you're going to do it for just a year. "101. I know this question is a bit off subject, but is there any decade that is nostalgic to you? What is it and why?" 101, it was the 90s, man. It was the 90s, bro. It was the 90s because I was young, I was in shape, I had a good job, and I was just kicking it. And I was just kicking it. The music was good to me back then. Um, uh, Things were just different, man. Things were very different than what they are now. So I think it was the 90s, man. I graduated in 87. I got a really good job at 93. And from 93, all of the 90s, man, it was one big party. That's kind of the problem that I'm talking to you guys about now. But yeah, man, the 90s, definitely the 90s. Okay, Corey. So yeah, you want to do the yeah, again, bro, 4 years. I mean, you listen, I know a lot of older guys that absolutely do that, man, and they love it that, again, they're not spending a ton of money on living expenses, and they're steadily making money. Um, yeah, can it get lonely? I'm sure it can, man. That's But you know, you got the internet, man. So you make friends on some of these sites, man. And when you drop in from town to town, you know you do what you do. That's an option. I still say 4 years is a little long, man. If you wanted to do that for, you know, about a year, year and a half and really money up, I don't think that's a bad idea, man. I don't think that's a bad idea at all. You're not here distracted by all of the stuff that I'm talking about. You constantly making money because you out there on the road. You are not giving money up, man, for an apartment somewhere. You know, you do that for a year and a half. Now you have the money to, you know, to get you a spot, man, and you can still drive, maybe not as much, and you're getting road experience. I don't know how far you are into your driving career, but you're getting road experience in that. So yeah, I don't see yeah, the time, man, 4 years, it can be done. I think it'll be a little tough, but there's ways, man, around that loneliness thing. I know plenty of truck drivers out there, and yeah, when they go from spot to spot, man, you know, they got a warm touch somewhere, so they ain't lonely, right? So, all right, guys. So listen, we are at a hour. Um, Again, I love this, man. I appreciate hanging out with you guys. I appreciate all the questions that you guys ask. Let me know, man. Let me know. I didn't put it in the video that I'm putting out tomorrow, but you guys let me know if you think 101s, a couple or a few of you responded in the video or in the live, but I'm really toying with that idea about doing one-on-one coaching with a lot of you younger guys who would be interested in it. I just want to know if it'll be, if you think it would be a good idea to do, right? So you know what? On the video that I'm going to put out tomorrow, drop that in the comments if you think that'd be a good idea. I'm going to start looking into that, and we're going to get that one popping. All right. So listen, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this live, as with anything that I do, I hope it adds value to you guys. I'm going to do this every Sunday, 10 o'clock. We're going to chop it up and we're going to get this thing figured out. Okay. So I appreciate you guys. Listen, like all of you are doing, like and comment on the videos that I put out. It helps the YouTube algorithm so my videos can get out to more young men. And we will see you soon. Quack 420. Yes, you will, sir. You will see me next week. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me. We'll be back with another one soon.